Good afternoon. Once again, it's a Friday afternoon. Of course, this is Congressman Davis, and I am LATE. That spells late anywhere in America, and I'm apologetic. I don't like being late. As a matter of fact, I often tell people that my father was the most punctual person that I've ever known, and he impressed upon me and other members of my family that time was one of the most valuable instruments and that you ought to try and use it wisely. Unfortunately, I stopped over in Chinatown at an event where former President William Clinton was going to be, and I was trying my best to at least say hi to him. But I eventually had to run, and then the traffic was just horrendous. It was terrible, but it's been a wonderful day. It's been a wonderful week. I don't know about you, but I've been just seriously engaged and involved. This time last Friday, I was actually in Pine Bluff, Arkansas, the land of opportunity. And of course, President Clinton and I used to jokingly say to each other that the first opportunity we got, we left. But I had a wonderful, wonderful time there, and people were just so great and gracious until it wasn't funny, and I had myself a ball. Well, this week is running down in Chicago, and Chicago, like the rest of America, is totally engaged in political machinations and activities. I was with the mayor of the city of Chicago, David, yesterday, as a matter of fact. We welcomed a new business into Chicago. They moved into downtown from Racine, Wisconsin. It was a Johnson's Products company that moved their they are an international, global business, but they moved their United States group into Chicago near West Side, near North Side, near Loop Side, and they brought 175 people with them. So that means there are 175 jobs in Chicago, and we hope that they are going to all move here and live here and be a part of the economy, and we can get some other things going. So I was fortunate to be at the ribbon cutting and at the opening. I'm going to represent them, and I look forward to doing so. Of course, we keep urging people to make sure that they are, in fact, registered to vote, because if they're not registered, they can't vote. I wouldn't dare try and tell you who to vote for, but I would try and suggest to you that voting is a way of participating in the decision making of a country. Please be registered and make absolutely certain that you do, in fact, vote. We've got some job fairs and work opportunities coming up. We actually have a screening on October the 28th. That's going to take place at the JLM, Johnny L. Miller Center at 2622 West Jackson Boulevard. And what we're going to be doing is preparing people to get ready for a job hiring fair. And so we want people who are interested to come to the preparation place. We're going to help you prepare resumes. We're going to help you put together information that will help a business decide that they want to hire you. And then on November the 4th, from 9 o'clock to 2 o'clock, at the very same location, we're not calling it a job fair. We are calling it a hiring fair, because the businesses that we have coming have told us directly and concretely that they do have jobs that are available. These jobs range in many different ways. They are minimum wage, some, but they're also jobs that pay $15 an hour. Some of them pay $19 an hour. Some of them are professional jobs where you're not paid on an hourly basis or at an hourly rate, but you're paid whatever the job pays. If it's $45,000 a year, or $48,000 a year, or $39,000 a year, or $50,000 a year, they are looking for people with skills. We've already asked some of them whether or not they hire individuals with records. I actually felt so good today because I was having lunch and a fella came over and said to me, look, says, Congressman Davis, I think you know my father. And he told me who his father was, and I said, yes, I do. And he says, you know, I just got home from the penitentiary. I've been here about a month, and I am looking for a job, and I'm looking for something that requires a skill. But he also said to me, he says, you know, the people in the penitentiary know you, and that many of us who were incarcerated know about the Second Chance Act, and we don't think that the Bureau of Prisons are actually administering it the way we read the act. And I was so pleased to hear him talk about knowing about that, because one of the main problems facing America, and especially facing the African American community, black community, us, people who look like me, is mass incarceration. Caller, go right ahead. I'm stop right there and take your call. Yes, how you doing? Yes, caller.
Hello?
Yes.
I need to ask a question. I am trying to find out who we should vote for these judges. We can't find anywhere that lists the judges we should vote for.
Well, let me just tell you this about judges in a general election. If you live in Cook County, most of the judges who are going to get elected are going to be Democrats, because judges actually run for office. They run as Republicans and they run as Democrats. Very few people in Chicago run for judge as a Republican. And that's because Chicago is a predominantly Democratic town. And so the people who are going to be on the ballot in Chicago and most other places in Cook County are Democrats who ran in the primary and got elected. Most of them will not have an opponent. I'm saying most of the judges in a general election will be running unopposed.
So
Now,
you're saying most of them I should just say yes to.
I would say yes.
Okay, then this last question. There's an amendment about the money for the roads and on the ballot for the amendment. How do you feel about that?
That's called a referendum.
Right.
And referendums are generally advisory. And what they are saying to legislators is that we either want you to do this or we don't want you to do something.
So what do you think we should do?
Oh, I think we should vote. Rebuilding our infrastructure is one of the great needs that exists not only in Chicago, Cook County, Illinois, but all over the country, and that would be a good thing. And it would create jobs and opportunities for people to work, and we need to have safe roads, bridges, and highways. I'm in favor of it.
And then there's that proposed amendment to the to the Constitution.
That amendment says what?
Pardon?
That amendment says what?
It says the proposed amendment adds a new section to the revenue article of the Illinois Constitution. The proposed amendment provides that no monies derived from taxes, fees, excise, or license taxes relating to registration titles, operation or use of vehicles or public highways. And should we vote yes or no on that?
I'm not totally sure.
We're not even, and we're having a hard time, and I'm dealing with a lot of older people, and
Well, there's going to be a lot of discussion between now and I tell you what, if you call my office at 773-533-7520, I'll have an answer for you.
okay,
All right?
do that.
Okay.
All right then. Thank you very much.
Thank you and have a great weekend.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. I don't know if we've got time for another call, but we may have. If there's another caller on the line, we can take that caller. If not, then let me just tell you. Hello? All right, we won't worry about it. Time is up. We've only got less than a minute. But let me tell you, I apologize once again for being late. I'll try to make sure that doesn't happen anymore. But, you're coming to a weekend. It's a great looking day. Tomorrow is going to be even greater. There are all kind of activities taking place. Do something good. And if you get a chance, who knows, you might even enjoy going to church. I don't have no problem suggesting that, I'm a religious person. I believe that you need something to help you hold on. And I think one of the ways that you get it is believing that there is something greater than you. Hey, have a good weekend. Do something good for somebody else. And do something good for yourself. See you next week.